Hi there, this is Simon, personal finance coach. Young people in the 30s and older people in the 50s worry about retirement, although their concerns differ in nature and focus. Younger people are concerned with the lack of knowledge about retirement planning, financial pressures related to living costs, and worries about not having enough saved by the time they retire. Older adults worry about not having enough savings to maintain their standard of living in retirement, since Social Security typically covers only a fraction of living income. And many express concerns about market fluctuations affecting their investments and the overall economic climate impacting their savings. This video is about addressing retirement finances with smart income-generating investments in real estate and stock markets. Before we dive in, please subscribe to this channel for notifications on future videos. Let's assume that you were a great saver during your work lifespan and you saved up $1 million for retirement. Based on the traditional 4% rule, you would be taking out an annual income of $40,000 from your retirement savings. To refresh your memory, the 4% rule is a guideline for retirement withdrawals that retirees can safely withdraw from their savings, adjusted for inflation to provide a steady income stream for 30 years without draining the principal. Is 40,000 on a 1 million in savings good enough? The stock market averages 10% a year, but how come you can only withdraw 4%? What sense does it make? The root problem of the stock assets is volatility. The average does not necessarily mean stable. In some years and even decades, the stock market produced massive amounts of losses. The greatest risk from stock comes from market crash or bear market right after you retire. If a crash occurs too early in your retirement, you end up selling off too many stocks for living while prices are low. And then there is not enough time left to recover for your portfolio, even after the stocks start climbing again. In finance, it is called the sequence of return risk. The timing of crashes matters just as much as your long-term average returns. Of course, you can overcome the crashes by simply not selling off stocks if crash happens early in your retirement. That means that you need enough to live on from other sources for the first couple years in retirement in the event of a bear market. The 4% rule is a guideline for worst-case scenario. It came about by analyzing historical stock and bond market returns to have the savings last for 30 years. So to avoid any risk of running out of money, the 4% rule is the absolute worst case scenario. This means most of us will die with far more money that we will actually need. So the question is, can you do better than the $40,000 on a $1 million? Yes, you can. And the way you can do it is investing passively in real estate. A few months ago, I published a video on strategies to build wealth in real estate. One of the 5 strategies we discussed was passive investments in real estate trusts, abbreviated as REITs. I'm going to dive deeper into the strategy, elaborating on how it generates income. Passive real estate investments offer opportunities to build wealth and generate income with no hands-on involvement. A reasonable aim for passive investments is 10% interest on real estate debt investments and 15% annual returns on equity investments. Interest on debt investments is paid monthly. Returns on equity investments is a combination of income distributions and eventual profits upon sale. But what about the risk on those investments? Don't high returns come with higher risk? Not necessarily. In fact, there is a term in finance for investments with potentially high returns that outweigh potential losses, called asymmetric returns. You can Google more about this topic. The key is that real estate investments are one of the investment areas that can provide asymmetric return. Does this change the retirement income scenario? Absolutely. A retiree could live on that 10% income as part of a diverse portfolio, of course, and that changes the math for retirement. Instead of receiving $40,000 a year income, you can now count on $100,000 per year income. Or alternatively, instead of saving up to $1 million to generate $40,000 in income, you'd only need to save $400,000 to generate the same income. Stocks make for great long-term investments, but you can't predict what they are going to do in a given year. Based on historical performance, you can tell with near certainty that your stock investments will have done great in 30 years from now, but you couldn't tell how they will do over the next 3 years. Selling off stocks in late retirement to cover for living expenses is fine, but you can also want to build predictable passive income and wealth in the short and medium terms. The end result, you would not have to worry about the safe withdrawal rates or the 10% rule. You can earn higher returns in real time. There's no shortage of real estate investments promising 15% or more in returns, but some of them come with high risk. If you want to build a diversified portfolio that you can live on, you should seek out the extra downside risk protection that can come in several forms. From there, your retirement planning opens up in a way that people following the 4% rule can only envy. In summary, both young and older individuals share valid concerns regarding retirement, although from different perspectives. Young people grapple with immediate financial pressures and a lack of knowledge, while older adults often fear inadequate savings and emotional challenges related to transitioning into retirement. Addressing these issues through smart income-producing real estate investment strategies outlined in this video can help both demographics better prepare for their futures. Please subscribe to this channel for notifications on future videos, and thank you for watching.